I was initially gonna make this a video about exploring Gosho Aoyama's collection of short stories, appreciating all the little details and nuances that may have been the roots that eventually grew into the Detective Conan franchise. And then I watched the actual short stories. Let's just say I don't think they're very good. So let's poke fun at it instead. Do like, subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon. Let's begin. The first of Aoyama's short stories is one titled Wait For Me that aired on December 24th, 1998 about a boy named Yutaka Takai, a boy genius who's made an actual working time machine. He displays it in front of the whole school and the media goes into an absolute frenzy. And what does he want to do with this groundbreaking invention? He wants to use it to travel back in time so he and his girlfriend Mamiko can be the same age. So what's their age difference, you ask? 5, 10, 15? She's only 2 years his senior. We got Leo out here with a 23-year age gap, and my man builds a time machine just because of a 2-year. He gets picked on by a bunch of bullies and he's had the last straw. He wants to time travel and he wants to time travel tonight, 2 years into the past. Mamiko rightfully clarifies, won't there be 2 Yutakas in the past then? Yutaka clarifies that when he travels back, he would simply be taking the place of his younger self. Mamiko isn't sure if she can love someone who just pops out of nowhere. And so in an act of defiance, she takes the time machine instead. You know, so far, animation aside, the premise is kinda weak for me. Yutaka's constantly annoyed about everyone pointing out how young he is, but other than the bullies who make fun of him, his annoyance just comes off as whiny and bitchy. He's being hailed as a genius by the media, and even his own girlfriend doesn't care about their 2-year age gap. It's hard for me to care for a character's struggle when their struggle doesn't actually make them struggle. So years go by, and despite his efforts to keep his memories of Mamiko, he along with everyone totally forgets about her. They just go on with their normal lives as if she never existed. It's been 2 years since Mamiko's disappearance, and Yutaka is now being ogled by Shiozawa, a junior 2 years younger than him who bears a striking resemblance to Mamiko. She even speaks very similarly to Mamiko, leaving us to wonder, is this really her? Did she somehow travel into the future and is now falling in love with Yutaka all over? Nope, the real Mamiko arrives from the past, Yutaka suddenly remembers her, and Shiozawa just gets over it in a second. Nothing. She was set up for nothing. A red herring with no payoff. Yutaka didn't work or earn his happy ending at all. It was just handed to him and they live happily ever after. The 90s, where slapping women was cool and macho. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Man, this story was not very good. Everything just sort of happens without any input from them at all. So this isn't very good, and I think I'll give it a D. I wonder if the next Aoyama short story fares any better. Well, for that, I'll see y'all next week for the next entry.